Hi explorers, and welcome back to another gameplay video. And last time we actually solved the case of Cassandra Watergate and her involvement in this bombing, I guess, because she was actually in custody when a second bomb took place. So now we are on day 2 and we are continuing our investigation on day 2. So we logged out, got a break, got some rest, got some sleep. That was what Symes told us to do, that we should get some rest and settle down. And now we are back for day 2. And so here's Symes. Welcome back. I hope you don't mind if we get started right away. We have tons of work ahead of us. I met with my superiors and they wish to continue with the test case. They believe in the capability of Orwell to handle this, and and you, of course. My superiors agree with me. Based on the information you have already extracted, the activist group known as Thought is worth investigating. It seems that Goldfels is an important member of Thought, so we now have to have clearance to consider them as a target. Consider them as a target person. So that this Goldfels is an important member of Thought, so we now have a clearance to consider them as a target person. So are they talking about Goldfels or Thought? The Goldfels should be a him, right? I don't really see the logic of this sentence, but it has something to do with Goldfels and Thought, and can change the target person, I guess. Now that Goldfels is a target person, there may be a new data chunk available in documents you have already accessed. Don't forget to go back and recheck your sources. Okay. So now we have Goldfels. So this is what we are working with now. And I like this map view. It's very like another program that I worked with, that where you went around and fetched personal data and made some kind of mind map of a relationship between different hosts. So this is a good way to actually keep track of the relationship between different parties. So yeah, let's see here. We have some more news about Cassandra. I guess this is the arrest record. Cassandra Watergate, assault on the police officer, reconstituted, I guess. Arresting officer redacted, holding facility redacted. The suspect was arrested in her flat. She willingly opened the door and cooperated with the arresting officer after having the warrant announced and her rights read to her. So that's good. And see here, we have headlines talking a bit more about these bombings, I guess. So we have headlines about the connections here. Connection between Bonton bombings is evident. Attacks against Stelligan University in Bonton and Freedom Plaza are connected, experts conclude. Stelligan students and teachers alike are in shock and deep mourning. Photo Stelligan University. Bonton, the bombing that occurred yesterday at Stelligan University seems to be connected to the attack against the Freedom Plaza earlier this week. This is the conclusion of the police division who is investigating the case. In both assaults, a similar explosive device created with poor malevolence appeared to have been used. Police spokeswoman Steele said, "The letters received prior to the assault seems to be to support this suspicion. While their meaning is still puzzling investigators, according to rumors, people have theorized the number of stances might represent the number of bombings. Stasis might represent the number of bombings, okay? Which in turn raises the question whether there might be another bombing yet to occur. We understand that some people jump to this conclusion, but there is no good reason to believe this," Steele answered when confronted with this theory during the press conference. Meanwhile, Stelligan University was declared that normal operation cannot continue under the circumstances, so they will be closing the doors for the time being. The university has also put up special front page to pay their respects to the assault victims. See image above. Sad. News are always sad. Timelines and Rosen announce cooperation. The Davenport siblings, owners of the biggest social networks Timelines, announced major cooperation with the software giant Rosen Technologies. Hilberry Bonton. It's a big deal. The internet billionaire siblings Ada and Alan Davenport, creators and owners of the most important online social network in Timelines, located in Hilberry, are stating a major cooperation with the Bonton software giant Rosen Technologies. This has been announced in the press statement given out on Friday by public relations department of both companies simultaneously. By utilizing the existing infrastructure and software development capabilities of Rosen Technologies, Timelines will be able to respond to the needs and requirements of a quickly changing digital world in real time. Timelines executive Ada Davenport is quoted, "Our growing user base will profit from this by significantly reduced downtimes, tighten security, and speed up integration of features," she continued. Okay, so that's good, I guess. Heavy rainstorms expected for this weekend. Okay, so some rain over Hilberry and Bonton, but Wadden just get some clouds. I guess this is not important, so I skip that part. So now let's see at freedom is thoughts are free. So this is still Cassandra's post where we got into this person, Goldfels, so we have an image on him. It's good to keep up, I guess. General focus on called Thoughts Are Free. Okay, he immigrated. That's why I created this blog. Okay, so we know that he created a blog. That could be interesting. The Thought, an activist group with the same name as this blog. Provide portraits of and the full name for Goldfels. Provide the profession of Goldfels. Okay. The full name. See here. Goldfels administrator. Let's see here. Unfree. So we need to click around a bit to get Goldfels' name, I guess. This is Goldfels. can't click on administrator, that will bring us back. Article since contact NA. Okay. So let's see, Cassandra this, if that says anything. Contact. Yeah. So that we know is her, I guess. German song, thoughts are free, immigrated. Sincerely A. Goldfels. So we know that he has a name that starts with an A, I guess. Might be able to get more information if we know that he immigrated. An immigrant? Yeah, that was not that helpful. I thought that they might have records that could help us there, but not. So let's see here. User Goldfels. That's where we got that. Overview. Party. Cassandra's portfolio. Doesn't say anything about that. And to see here if there is anything on her timeline that could help us out. Let's see here. Jake Clefton. Harris O'Donnell. Nope. So we know that he's, I guess, German? Could that be important? Don't really know why. A letter! We are right, it seems. Huh? So why is that important? Thoughts are free. If liberty means anything at all. Yeah, that was what we read before. So we got another part of the blog entry. Or is this a new blog entry? No, it's the blog entry before hers. Weird, why does we get the opportunity to read that now? Believed we were able to capture minds if only we could garner the attention on thought as a group and what we stand for. It seems my ambition was once again too much. After 1.5 years recruiting 2 of my students and arranging 3 demonstrations like the one held at Freedom Plaza, I feel obliged to ask myself where we stand. Have we reached our goal? What has been sacrificed along the way? In short, are we true to the initial goal that formed the group? Frankly and sadly, the answer to the latter is resounding no. We let ourselves to be consumed by anger and hatred towards those we thought to do us wrong. Thoughts are free, but that doesn't in no way mean that they can attack and do whatever they wish. Instead of blaming others, I now see my high aims might well be the cause for all the events of the past months. More than anyone else of thoughts, I feel responsible. As a consequence, I will halt my activity active engagement in these groups. I firmly believe it shall be for the better of everyone involved, especially my students from Stelligen. Okay. Concerned. Please reconsider. Guy hurt there was only a goddamn cop. They had it coming for long. It was messy, I know, but all the way back to the thing I messed up organizing. But hell, look at the bright side. We made the news. This is what we wanted. What you wanted. Or not, perhaps. So we know his occupation. Arranging the demonstration. Mentioned Thought held 3 demonstrations, recruited 2 students to Thought. Lecture at Stelligen. So that we know. What now, Stelligen? The name Stelligen where the bomb just exploded? You know what I think about coincidences? I won't repeat it. Well, I think that he might be targeted because he halted. Whatever active engagement means, still an interesting fact. Yeah, it's an interesting fact. Memorial. A suspect of Bonton bombings arrested. Knowledge, science, wisdom at all times remain silent. Okay, so here we have the bomb assault on Stelligen campus closed down until further notice. Yesterday evening, an explosion device went off on Stelligen campus, killing Stelligen student as well as a lecturer. Oh. Can that have been Goldfels? Several other individuals have been severely injured. The authorities are investigating. This is an unspeakable tragedy, Stelligen President Hopkins said during the press conference that took place this morning. In the light of the recent events in this impossible to maintain daily routine, this is why I have decided to suspend all educational services of Stelligen University until further notice. Therefore, Stelligen campus will remain closed at least for the rest of this week, with no educational courses or events taking place. Stelligen Canteen elected Best Public Dining Hall in the Nation Best competition. Probably not interesting. Let's see here. Professor A. Goldfels, having retired. Note that this course is currently unavailable due to Representative Professor A. Goldfels having retired. Okay. Notable alum. Let's see here if we have anyone that we recognize. Delacox, Catherine has been there, okay. And Joseph Langley has also been there, so 2 known people has gone to this university. So A. Goldfels, Abraham Goldfels gladly accepted the offered professorship in a field of media ethics at Stelligen, from which he sadly retired fall 2016. Okay. So now we have the name. Abraham, is it? Well done. And professorship. So we have. And did you notice the bombing locations seem to be closely connected to Thought members? There could have been a pattern emerging. Thought has held 3 demonstrations, yet there have only been 2 bombings, which might imply, well, it's definitely a shot in the dark, but we absolutely need to do everything we can to prevent another attack. Take a close look at the past of each member with Thought. find out the location of all demos they have held that might yield a hint. So let's see here. Previously, Professor Goldfels has held a position as a journalist at Der Reporter, one of the most renowned German daily newspaper, and was also chairman of the Global Media Ethics Congregation. His works, Professor Goldfels never relent to phrase the importance of privacy over public interest. Publications. Der Gedank sind frei. The thoughts are free. A modern time declaration of independence towards mass surveillance. Okay, I think all these are good things to add to his profile as character, a member of the Ethical Congress. Just the average run-of-the-mill terrorist trait? No, I think not. An author of a book could also be good to have in there in the mix. Well, what do you say about that? He literally wrote a book. Yes, about surveillance, nothing else. Headlines. Breaking news. First suspect in the connection of assault arrested. A couple of minutes ago, Bonton Police Department reported that an arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. A woman arrested in connection with the attacks in Bonton. Police spokesman Jim Kaufman informed the press about the progress of the investigation. A couple of minutes ago, the Bonton Police Department reported that an arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. A young woman has been brought into custody thanks to the investigation efforts of a special task force, police spokesman Kaufman said. How the woman is related to bomb attacks, Kaufman did not cover. However, it's rumored that the suspect is well known to authorities by other incidents. Okay? And have nothing to do with it. Joseph Langley. Hey you. I'm sorry about last night. I really should have come over. It's just that this client is massively influential and could have been a lot of exposure to the office. I've been trying to get a meeting for months and it went rather well, so here's hoping. God, I'm such a stupid old man who just talks about his job too much. I'm sorry. It's just such a big part of my life. Hello? Are you still upset? Cassie? Can you at least answer me? If you don't, I'll start to worry. You know what I'm like. Yep. You probably should worry. That could be a good thing. Well, we just read that one. Former professor of media ethics. So let's continue here. Our thoughts free. Taking everything there. New objective. Found out where the 3 protests of the thought took place. Well, we recruiting 2 students and arranging 3 demonstrations like the one I held at Freedom Plaza. Could that be what they are looking for? 3 demonstrations. More investigating might be interesting might be that 2 students seems to be involved. So far the evidence suggests that Goldfels was a prominent lecturer at Stelligen, and some of his students became involved in thought. Did he recruit them for his cause? We need to identify those students. See who else is involved in the group. Whoa, that's a whole lot of information about this Goldfels. Yet only one other page could be indexed. Very strange indeed. Yet only one other page could be indexed. Very strange indeed. I think the next course of action should be to look for other people of this thought group, like the students he mentioned. Okay. Icicle attendee list. Icicle attendee list. Welcome to the International Stelligen University class attendee system. Pick a class by completing 3 steps of the wizard below. Select a semester. Okay. So let's see here. Media ethics. He has retired from the fall 2016. Okay. Fall 2016. So he was there summer, winter, and summer before, but he wasn't there. And he was in media. And we want to look at professor. Nope, he wasn't there. So let's try the winter media. There we have Goldfels, lecturer. Welcome to the International University class attendee list system, showing 9 attendees of the class number 67116 during winter semester. Lecturer Prophet Goldfels Abram. So here we have a few students. Cassandra White, Blanca. Okay, so these were not the ones we were looking for, I guess. Let's go back to the first step here and look at the summer, then media. We should have Abram here as well. So here we have a lot more people, and we know things of them. Okay, so here we have a few more people. 27, so we have Kerrigan Juliet, student number, I guess that's the birth date of Juliet, grade A, annotation master thesis registered at the course. So that's good. We know that she was involved in the course, haven't we? Right, she was a friend of Miss Watergate. Now it also appears that she's a student at Abram Goldfels. I think that's enough to warrant a report. Give me a few minutes. Alright, we have authorization to investigate Miss Carrington. Okay, so now we have her there, and we also have O'Donnell Harrison. Harrison O'Donnell, yes, we've seen that name connected to Miss Watergate. I'll report this right away. We have been authorized to consider Harrison O'Donnell a target person. Now there's some more work for you. Congrats. Harrison and Juliet, those must be Gabron's Goldfels students within thought. Well done. Well, we have opened up 2 more suspects that we need to investigate further, which is interesting and funny to ravel in the lives of these people, I guess. So if you like this video so far, or this series so far. Please give this video a like, it really helps. Share it with your friends, and leave a nice comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And I really hope to see you in the next one.